Welcome to this one-day match between
England and Bangladesh
at Adelaide. Jim Maxwell is with me in the commentary box for this game.
Thanks, Richie.
The weather's delightful here today, sunny and hot, just perfect conditions for cricket. So the outcome is that England won the toss and are going to have a bat. We'll have to wait to see if that was the right decision.
The big audience is waiting to welcome these two sides onto the field. So let's take a look at the teams. Here's the lineup for England: Strauss, Christopher, Vaughan, Peterson, Solanke, Flintoff, Jones, Giles, Goff, Harmison and Anderson. And for
Bangladesh:
Nansaka, Javed Omar, Habibul Bashar,
Rajan Saleh,
Al Saharia,
Mushfiqur Rahman,
Khalid Mashood, Khalid Mahmood,
Mashraf Mortaza, Abdul Razak and Tariq Aziz. Strauss is going to face the first ball of the match. Strauss waiting at the striker's end. Stopped in the covers. Mashraf Mortaza to bowl to Strauss. Strauss facing. Stopped by Tariq Aziz. Mashraf Mortaza to Strauss. It's straight at Al Saharia. Strauss facing. Fielded by Khalid Mahmood. There's the first runs of the day for England. A very good over. Only one offered in the end. Tariq Aziz to bowl to Strauss. Al Saharia is after it. It's straight to a fielder. He's got it into the gap. Tariq Aziz to Strauss. Habibul Bashar is after that one. 2 runs here. Strauss waiting at the striker's end. Stopped by Rajan Saleh. Tariq Aziz to Strauss. Javed Omar is chasing that one. It's straight at Javed Omar. Stroked through the covers. Strauss waiting at the striker's end. Tariq Aziz to bowl to Strauss. Mashraf Mortaza is in pursuit. Majid Saleh out there in the deep. One run to Strauss. Tariq Aziz gave little away during that over. Bashraf Mortaza to begin a new over. Hit straight to a fielder. Bashraf Mortaza at the start of his run-up. Bashraf Mortaza is switching to round the wicket. Javed Omar is after that one. Stopped by Javed Omar. There should be some runs here. Strauss facing. It's straight at Anansaka. Bashraf Mortaza continues.
Out. That early breakthrough will really get the bowler's tail.
Bashraf Mortaza gets his first wicket. So then, that's the end of Strauss.
Well, he didn't get many out there.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. The next batsman is Vaughan. Vaughan facing. Bashraf Mortaza, the bowl to Vaughan.
The run rate is suffering, so they need to start taking some more risks.
Triscothic waiting at the striker's end. Cut away. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Tariq Aziz is not impressed.
Poor bowler. His captain won't be too happy with him after that delivery.
Let's see the action replay of that. Tariq Aziz continues. Tariq Aziz continues. Great catch.
That was a lazy shot. Didn't get over it at all.
Tariq Aziz gets his first wicket. Triscothic is making his way back to the pavilion.
He wasn't there for very long, as his score shows.
This was how the wicket fell. Next batsman in is right-handed Peterson. Tariq Aziz to Peterson. It's straight to a fielder. Peterson waiting at the striker's end. played into the gap. Those are the first runs for
Peterson. Vaughan facing.
Runs were picked up from that over by
Vaughan.
It's about time we saw some quicker scoring from England.
Change in the bowling for Bangladesh.
Peterson
To face an over of spin. Safely taken by
Mahmood.
Well done, the field. He really backed up the bowler's effort.
brilliant catch.
The fielders did well there. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Abdul Razak gets his first wicket. This was how the innings ended for
Peterson. Solanki
Is the next batsman in. Abdul Razak
to Solanki.
Abdul Razak gets his second wicket.
This has been quite a spell of bowling. Another wicket, and it's well deserved.
Solanki
Is out for a duck.
Well, he hasn't troubled the scorers with that innings.
This was how the wicket fell.
Flintoff
Comes in at number 5. Abdul Razak on a hat-trick. That's been given as a wide.
Yep.
Flintoff
Waiting at the striker's end.
Al Saharia
Is after it. Play it away with comfort.
Al Saharia
Out at long off. Just one run. Abdul Razak, the ball to
Vaughan.
They have 6 wickets in hand.
Vaughan
Facing. Mushfiqur Rahman is in pursuit. Oh, that is an excellent shot by
Vaughan.
Super shot by
Vaughan.
His straight driving is perfect.
We can have a look at that again. Abdul Razak, the ball to
Vaughan.
hit straight at
Al Saharia.
5 overs are left for England.
The current run rate is simply not good enough if they want to post a challenging target.
Here comes the first change in bowling.
Flintoff
Is now on strike. Stopped in the covers. Mushfiqur Rahman
to Flintoff. Javed Omar.
is chasing that one. Stopped by
Javed Omar.
Stroked through the cover.
Flintoff
Facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Mushfiqur Rahman, the ball to Flintoff. Stopped by Rajan Saleh. Flintoff waiting at the striker's end. Abdul Razak is after that one. Really given that a whack. 6 runs. Mushfiqur Rahman won't like that at all.
Great strike. It looked like 6 the moment he
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Mushfiqur Rahman
To Flintoff.
Rajan Saleh is chasing that one. It's over the rope. 6 runs off Mushfiqur Rahman. Let's see the action replay of that.
Vaughan face an over of spin.
Abdul Razak continues. Safety taken by Mushfiqur Rahman.
straight down the fielder's throat. The batsman will be kicking himself.
Outstanding catch.
That was a lazy shot. He didn't get over it at all.
Abdul Razak gets his 3rd wicket. Vaughan goes for only 4.
That's a long walk back when you haven't scored many runs.
This was how the wicket fell. The next batsman in is right-handed
Jones.
Jones waiting at the striker's end. Wide ball signalled by the umpire. Abdul Razak continues. Jones facing. Comfortably held by Ashraf Mortaza.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
That is an excellent catch.
The fielder did well there. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Abdul Razak has taken 4 wickets now. This was the end of the innings for
Jones.
Giles, who's the new batsman for England. Abdul Razak,
The ball to Giles.
that's been given as a wide. Abdul Razak continues. And that's out. Caught by Mushfiqur Rahman.
He got into great position to take that catch.
Out, caught.
Well done, the fieldsman. He really backed up the bowler's effort.
That's 5 wickets for Abdul Razak. This was how the innings ended for
Giles.
Goff is the new batsman. Abdul Razak
To Goff.
He's got it into the gap. Single to
Goff.
3 runs came from that over. Goff waiting at the striker's end. Razak is after it. That's a fantastic strike. Goff absolutely smashed that for six.
That is a super shot.
We can have a look at that again. Mushfiqur Rahman to Goff. Mushfiqur Rahman has got him.
Well bowled there. He kept it straight, waited for the batsman to make a mistake.
Mushfiqur Rahman gets his first wicket. Goff makes his way back to the dressing room. This was how the wicket fell.
Parmesan
Is the next batsman in.
Parmesan
Facing. Mushfiqur Rahman continues. They have 2 wickets in hand. Mushfiqur Rahman to bowl to
Parmesan. Javed Omar
is in pursuit. That's found the gap in the field. That one's gone to the fence. Mushfiqur Rahman is not impressed.
The bowler can't have too many complaints about seeing that ball disappear.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Parmesan
Waiting at the striker's end. Hit straight at
Nasaka.
10 runs were picked up from that over by
Parmesan.
We're about to see the first bowling change.
Flintoff
Is now facing. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
Khalid Mahmood
The bowl to
Flintoff.
That was a no ball by
Khalid Mahmood.
All that effort and you give away runs, plus you have to bowl another ball.
hit straight to a fielder.
Flintoff
Facing. England move on to 41.
Khalid Mahmood to Parmesan. Parmesan
Facing.
Habibul Bashar
Is after that one. That came off the pads. Was signalling that as leg byes.
Khalid Mahmood
The bowl to
Flintoff. That struck him in front. Loud appeal. He's out.
Good decision by the umpire.
Khalid Mahmood
Gets his first wicket. So then, that's the end of
Flintoff.
He doesn't look too happy with that decision.
This was how the innings ended for
Flintoff.
new batsman is left-handed
Anderson. Anderson
waiting at the striker's end.
Anderson
Facing. That has to be close. A dreadful batting performance by England.
That's a really good performance in the field by Bangladesh. The batsmen really didn't apply themselves very well.
and the umpire's given it.
A difficult decision for the umpire there.
Khalid Mahmood.
Gets his second wicket.
Great bowler. He's held a perfect line and length. The batsman can't find an answer to it.
Bangladesh require 43 to win. It's over the rope, 6 runs off. That's the first boundary of the innings for Bangladesh.
The bowler can't believe it, but it is out of the ground. 6 runs.
Let's see the action replay of that.
Goff to Penasaka. Penasaka
Waiting at the striker's end. .37 runs required.
Goff the ball to Penasaka. Goff to Penasaka. There it goes. Vaughan
Is chasing that one. Fielded by the man at long on. It's the first boundary for
Penasaka. Javed Omar
facing.
Anderson
Is in pursuit. That's off the batsman's pads. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 3.5 and over.
The fielding restrictions provide the opportunity for attacking batsmen to score some fast early runs.
Javed Omar is now on strike.
It's high in the air.
Good catch from Peterson.
That was an important catch. He did very well to hang on to it.
Palmerson
Gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell.
Habibul Bashar.
Is the next man in.
Habibul Bashar.
Waiting at the striker's end.
Solanki.
Is after that one. There should be some runs here. That's a good shot. He swept that away for 4 with great confidence.
That was a gift for the batsman.
We can have a look at that again.
Palmerson the ball to Habibul Bashar. There it goes.
Peterson is underneath it and takes it comfortably.
That was moving pretty quickly, and he did well to cling on to it.
Palmerson
Gets his second wicket. So then, that's the end of
Habibul Bashar.
Well, he didn't get many out there.
This was the end of the innings for
Habibul Bashar.
the next man in is Rajin Saleh. Parmesan to Ajin Saleh. Peterson is after it. Smashed that one right out of the ground. Those are the first runs for Ajin Saleh.
That was a super shot. I really didn't think it was too bad a ball.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Ajin Saleh waiting at the striker's end. That's superb bowling from Parmesan. Bangladesh require 25 to win. Ajin Saleh facing. Strauss is after that one and just runs that one down to third man. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. That's the first boundary for Ajin Saleh, and the end off to Ajin Saleh. Hit straight to a fielder. 24 runs required. Goff continues. That's a superb shot.
That's not the right line to bowl to this batsman. He'll punish anything there.
Let's see the action replay of that. Ajin Saleh waiting at the striker's end. Anderson is in pursuit. These will be leg byes. Umpires signalling that as leg byes. Goff continues. Well, that one will wake him up a bit. Goff to bowl to Anadsaka. So they need 19 to win from 43 balls. Goff to Anadsaka. He'll be okay, but that will be very, very sore in the morning. 5 runs came from that over. The required run rate is around 2.5 and over. Ajin Saleh is now on strike. That's out. Caught by Vaughan.
The fielder did well there. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Parmesan gets his third wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Al Saharia is the new batsman for Bangladesh. Al Saharia facing. Stopped in the covers. Parmesan continues. Giles is after it. Steered expertly into the gap. That's cleared the boundary. 6 runs. Al Saharia absolutely smashed that for 6.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about it. Might be a little bit more in the next one.
We can have a look at that again. Al Saharia facing. He's winded, but I think he'll be okay to continue. Bangladesh require 13 to win. Parmesan to bowl to Al Saharia. 2 runs here. Kuskovic reaches it before it crosses the boundary. He's not a good judge of the run, is he? That's 2 more runs on the board. 3 now for 32.
Parmesan
Continues. That is a perfect line. 8 runs were picked up from that over by
Al-Saharia.
The required run rate is around 1.5 and over.
Bangladesh have kept their run rate hovering at a good pace in this innings.
And Saka
Is now facing. These runs will be signalled as leg byes. Umpires signalling that as leg byes.
Anderson, the ball to Saka. There it goes. And there's a fielder under it.
Well held. Must have stung his hands coming down from that height.
Anderson gets his first wicket.
And Saka
Scored 7 runs from 0 balls. This was how the innings ended for
Saka.
the next man in is Mushfiqur Rahman. Mushfiqur Rahman waiting at the striker's end. Runs required.
Richie, the role of the umpires is becoming more demanding, and it seems to be the actions of the players that are making it.
Over-appealing and charging the umpires is not only bad to watch, but it's rapidly becoming a scourge of the modern game. Sometimes, I believe, it's close to attempted intimidation. There should be some runs here. Those are the first runs for Mushfiqur Rahman.
Al-Saharia
Waiting at the striker's end. The sweeper picks up. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 1 and over. Giles to Mushfiqur Rahman. Bangladesh
needs 6 runs for victory.
Giles, the ball to Mushfiqur Rahman. Mushfiqur Rahman facing. Played into the gap. One run to Mushfiqur Rahman.
Giles to Al-Saharia.
Confident appeal. The umpire says not out. That really was a very close call.
Yes, Richie, definitely worth a shout there. That was a tough decision for the umpire.
Let's see the action replay of that.
Al-Saharia
Waiting at the striker's end. He played it all around.
What a great sight for a bowler. Stumps flying in all directions.
Giles gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell.
Khalid Mashoud
comes in at number 6.
Giles, the ball to Khalid Mashoud.
Steered expertly into the gap.
Flintoff.
Out at long on. It's just one there.
Khalid Mashoud
Facing. Anderson at the start of his run-up. Stopped by Strauss. Just 4 runs needed for victory. Anderson continues. That must be close. The umpire's not moving on that one. Well, I felt that that wasn't out.
Yes, Richie, worth a shout. Must have.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Anderson to Khalid Mashoud.
The batsman didn't look at all comfortable there. Anderson continues. Played away with comfort. Fielded by the man at long on. An easy single there to
Khalid Mashoud.
Bangladesh require just 3 runs for victory. Mushfiqur Rahman waiting at the striker's end. There it goes.
Flintoff
Is underneath it and takes it comfortably.
He got into great position to take that catch.
Giles gets his first wicket. Bangladesh has 6 down now for 40.
Well, he didn't get many out there.
This was how the innings ended for Mushfiqur Rahman.
Khalid Mashoud
Is now facing.
struck in front.
He's out.
A difficult decision for the umpire there.
Giles gets his second wicket. We can have a look at that again. Ashraf Mortaza comes in at number 8. Ashraf Mortaza facing. There are only 3 wickets left now. Giles continues. Giles, the ball to Ashraf Mortaza. It's straight at Strauss. Ashraf Mortaza waiting at the striker's end. Straight through the covers. Picked up by
Truskothic.
That's the first runs of the day for Ashraf Mortaza.
Giles to Khalid Mahmood.
These will be leg byes. Very good over. Only 2 offered in the end.
Khalid Mahmood
Is now on strike. So they need 1 to win from 11 balls.
Flintoff, the ball to Khalid Mahmood.
Confident appeal. The umpire turned that one down, but let's see the action replay of that.
Khalid Mahmood
Waiting at the striker's end.
Oh, that could be a very painful blow. He's winded, but I think he'd be okay to continue.
They have 3 wickets in hand.
Khalid Mahmood
Facing. Stopped by
Giles.
Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. Those are the first runs for
Khalid Mahmood.
Bangladesh. They've won a hard-fought contest here.
So, to sum up then,
Bangladesh win by
1 runs. Thanks for joining us for today's play. We very much look forward to your company at the next match.